start the stream and move on. No need, no need. Just start the start the stream. Uh, share your browser. I'll share the link.
All right, Rohit, you can share the link in the group.
Just just a second.
Rashid.
Uh, Hardik, don't switch between the tabs. Like we can see the next tab you switch to. Just stay in the meet till the end. Yeah. Yeah.
Just do F11 and keep it full screen then. All right. Now no one won't be able to see any tabs, right? How does it show up on the screen?
It, yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I dropped the link in the group. We are team done.
All right. Yeah. Rohit, just share the link in the participant group.
The participants will be joining this Google Meet, right?
Yep.
All right.
Hello everyone.
Hello. Hello. Ethan,
Hi.
you can keep the slides in the first. All right. So all the participants, make sure everyone from your team is present. How many more do we have to come in? Just all team members make sure everyone in your team is present. Can I get a confirmation from each team in the chat if all their members are in? Team 6 and Team 2? And what about Team 6? Alright, so everyone watching the stream, we will be underway shortly. We are just waiting for the participants to come in. Team 6, I need some sort of reply. Are you guys good? Do you guys have anyone left to come in? Team 6, Kratik, Sudarshan, and Piyush.
Yeah, we are.
We are here. We are here.
Alright, all three of you.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. We all of the three. All of the three.
Should I give a confirmation in the chat? No. All right then. So if everyone is here, if no one is absent, then we'll start then. Yeah, all good? Yep. We'll start. Yeah. Kitna, you can start.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
A very warm welcome to you all. Okay. A very warm good morning to all the participants, viewers, and esteemed judges. We cordially welcome you all to our Adavya's debate competition. I am Kirtana, your host for the day. The event's judges are our own prized seniors, Chandrimadi and Shrishab Bhaiya. Hello, judges.
Yeah, hi everyone.
Hi guys. Hi Kirtana.
Thanks a lot for joining us despite your very busy schedules. We also have Rohit here today to help you with the timekeeping. So let's begin and go through the rules once again. As you have already been intimated, each team has 3 members, one member speaking for the motion, one against the motion, and an intruder to question the opponent teams. The flow will be like this. The person speaking for the motion will have 3 minutes time, and then followed by a 3 minute of intrusion session, questioning session that is. Then the person speaking against the motion will get 3 minutes, followed by a 3 minute intrusion session. And only two intrusions are permitted in the session. And please make sure you raise your hands, and anybody who raised their hands first will get the chance to ask the question first. And also, speakers, please remember to turn on your cameras while speaking. You can ask if you have any queries.
Everything fine. Thank you.
Okay. As you all are aware, we have some cash prizes and certificates for the winners. The first prize winners will get 1,000 rupees. The second prize winners will get 500 rupees. Let's start with the round one. The motion for the first round is Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies, a boon or a bane. First up, we have team one, consisting of Sukrit Garg, Ram Samarth, and Soham Bhargava. Member going for the motion, you can present yourself, and please remember to turn on your camera.
Okay. My camera is visible, right? Hello? Is my voice audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, my camera is fixed, right?
Yeah, you're visible.
Okay. So, can I start now?
Yes, your time starts.
Yeah. So, in this developing world of technology, we have got a boon of the digital information as the current day's boon. So, using these technologies, there are more enthusiasts as of developing more and more logical way of computations and techniques. So here using that, we have one of the most efficient technologically based currencies of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. By the meaning of cryptocurrency only, we can say that crypto means coding and the secret hidden thing, and currency is the form of mode of exchange. So here I want to argue for 4 point of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a boon for a country, saying that since countries are developing ahead and ahead with new technologies and their logics, we have more people with like-mindedness and are developing new algorithms sensing that they have more methods of solving problems. So this Bitcoin, I think someone is raising their hand. So cryptocurrencies and bitcoins are basically those currencies which are not decentralized, meaning they are not controlled by any of the government faculties or government facilitators. So it is managed by those technical people who have a good hold of computers. It is making use of the blockchain technology, which is most efficient way of secure technology, where the user gives the input for the blockchain technology, and he makes use of the address, and he codes the algorithm and solves the puzzle and adds a block of the transactions to the previous existing block or the data stored in there. So here, the person will only be getting to know about the address and not the personal details of the technology. And as in growing countries, we have the facilitating that. It will also reduce some of the resources like paper and metals. Since we indulge in technology, there is no need of hard physical metals. It is all technology based, and in developing countries, we have good programmers, we have good people with algorithms, and people are very secure about their currencies, stating that they have a less chance of getting cheated because it's totally encrypted, and people have their reliable
20
nations
seconds
on the
left.
hello.
20 seconds left.
Okay, and the technologies have created such a secure network that people have total trust in them, and it makes use of the advanced technologies like blockchain, which stores their data in a very secured manner. That's what I have to say.
Now it's time for the intrusion session. We have two people raising their hand.
Yeah.
Saket, you can ask your question.
Hello,
1
this
minute.
is Saket.
Yeah.
There's a disturbance at your side.
Disturbance?
Okay, this is Saket representing the Team 5. So as
Okay.
you said, the cryptocurrencies boom to the new economical development of the nation.
Yeah.
Why don't you say the class of cryptocurrency, is it not governed by the government? If it is governed by any private entrepreneurship, how do you provide the safety and secure banking to the middle class persons or the people of India?
See, basically governing the safety now, since developing countries, they have a lot of see what we say corruption going on, and people are knowing no information like how are their money being secured. But in terms of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, people are sure and secure because those currencies in the hand of professional
But it
programmers
was
and
not governed. No, it was not controlled by the government or either of them who have been ruled or who have been elected by the people. How could you say the people are very safety in investing the cryptocurrency?
Their faith on technology is what they have made to apply for this technology, because their faith on the programmers and their knowledge which has governed them a secured transactions, because they have the programmers have no information about persons, but they get only the address of the transactions. So in this way, only those person can solve those technology and puzzles to secure transactions who have good knowledge in algorithms. So in a secured manner.
You are saying unknowingly by investing in a cryptocurrency, do the middle class people. Now I'm talking about the middle class people who doesn't know algorithms, but I invested in a cryptocurrency or may be frauded by your companies, right? Any crypto company.
The middle class people must see. The middle class people are those who are very much worried on their currencies. So they must get to know about this, because see, in the physical currencies there are a lot of corruptions going on. The people still don't know what are the fake currencies, or
Knowingly, it's in a
yeah,
physical corruption. It's knowingly the corruption is going on.
yeah.
But in the crypto company, what you are talking is everything that is not trading, that is not marketing, that
they,
is
they
not being
they have to place
delivered to the
they have to
people of
place
middle class
themselves
people.
they have to place themselves in those in those companies they are very much sure of. Like not all technologies are being fakers. There are many companies which are coming up with those professional technologists who can solve each and every type of queries. They master with it. And
But to whom inquiry? To whom?
it's a
To whom?
disturbance from your side. I'm not able to hear clearly. Can you repeat?
Gentle reminder that one intruder can stick to one question.
Okay. I'm not able to hear from his side. His voice is getting stuck.
That is
Hello? His voice is getting
hello.
stuck. I'm not able to hear it
Okay,
properly.
time's up.
All right. So before we move on, I'll have to make it clear that one intruder should form a concise question and ask it. There is no back and forth allowed in the intrusion sections. All right. So one question and that's it. And the person in defense shall answer it and move on. So from the next session onwards, please maintain that format.
And also, judges can ask the questions during intruder sessions. Now, the member going against the motion can present yourself.
Hello, am I visible?
Yeah.
Your time starts.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I am Sukrit, and today I'm going to speak against against the cryptocurrency. So first of all, my point is that the value of cryptocurrency fluctuates a lot. So it's impossible to use a currency whose value you cannot like determine for in a long term use. Suppose you buy something and you have this much wealth, the next day you woke up, your wealth is suddenly gone and the value depreciates so quickly that you can't just rely on the value of the cryptocurrency. And the second thing is there is no central government or any any organization that backs cryptocurrency. So if your account gets hacked or it gets ripped off, like there are many cases, for example the Mount Gox case where $460 million worth of Bitcoin got hacked. There is no one going to help you, and there is no central government, so the cryptocurrency doesn't have any rules, so it doesn't become a very reliable option to choose this as a future currency. And the third problem is inconvenience. For example, you are standing in a grocery line and you have to pay, then you have to wait for like 10 minutes at least for getting the transaction verified. So it isn't a convenient option, looking to other options like Visa and digital payment by other methods like Paytm. And not to mention, the cryptocurrency can also promote illegal activities such as illegal gambling or purchase of weapons, as it doesn't have any identity of the people doing the transaction. So it becomes very risky for society as well as the whole country. And the other problem is that there are storage devices which keep the track, and if there is a problem and the for some technical issue the data gets lost, it can't be recovered. And also I would say that if uh, like the transactions are irreversible. For example, you send some money to the wrong address by mistake, then you cannot revert the transaction, and once the transaction is done wrong, then all the money is just waste and you cannot do anything against it. So that's why I think that there's a lot to be done before we can even think of making cryptocurrency a viable currency option. Thank you.
All right. Anybody has questions can raise your hand. Okay, we already have some answers. Seth, you can ask the question.
Should I start my camera also?
Not required.
Okay.
Yes, please. Like anyone who is on stage and speaking, please turn on your camera.
Okay.
Okay, just a minute. Okay. So my question is that value is just a perception. If you are saying that Bitcoin's value can be changed or it can be like up and down, like very volatile, then value is just a perception. Like before 2016, 8th November, 500 rupees had some value, but after that our perception changed. Government said no, we will consider it useless. We just consider it paper. So each and every currency is has this threat of perception of value. And also the next thing is that you are just, I believe you are getting confused between what is backing and what is safety. Backing is that government guarantees you that government will take these notes and give you something. So earlier, before Bretwood Commission, where all the currencies of the world were decided, it was that for currencies they would give gold. Just like for every amount of currency, they decided that this much gold will be given. But that value has also been changed. So currently there is no backing for any currency in the world. They in I believe during Cold War they changed this thing, and they said, okay, we will remove even the gold from the backing. So can you just please clarify these 2 points?
So first of all, regarding the backing, I mean, like if you get cheated or you get ripped off, like there are many examples, like around $460 million went got lost in Mt. Gox and in Bitnex exchange, which is one of the biggest exchange in the Hong Kong. Around $70 million got ripped off, and there's no one who will aid and like give some compensation to you or help you. So it becomes very risky for a normal human being or normal people to do the transaction.
That's what I said. It is not backing, it is security. Backing is this, what I told you.
Yeah, I mean, like no one is yeah, backing and securing behind that.
No, backing is different. No currency has backing because they have removed gold. So there is no backing.
Okay, and what was your first question?
But that value is just a perception. That if we believe this has some value, then only it will have value. Just tomorrow, if we start believing that gold has no value, it will have no value. Before 8th November in 2016, we were believing that note of 500 had a value of 500 rupees. And
But
after
the
next day, it
values of
was
our normal
useless.
currency is fixed. Like they, when you go to exchange, they have a particular value. Like $1 is equal to this much amount of rupees. But the value of Bitcoin changes so frequently that you cannot just rely upon its.
But you can't rely even on currencies.
Gentle.
Just last month, something happened with Turkey, lira. It just fell down like just madly. It just fell down. It was not even a cryptocurrency. It was a real currency.
Okay, time, sir.
Gentle reminder, please one intruder can stick to one question. And please no cross question.
And I was from team 2.
What was made clear was that the intruders, please don't lead off on your questions. Please don't branch or go off on a tangent. Just stick to one question and that's it.
Well, that was a good start. Now we have team 2 having Seth, Anirudh, and Jeevana. Member going for the motion, please present yourself.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Just a clarification before I start. I made a script. Can I read it from that? Hello.
Anything you wish, just please keep it under 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Your time starts now.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I am Anirudh from Group 2. I want to I want to give the idea to that the cryptocurrency is a boom. It's all started at 2006 when the banks, 2006 crisis, when the banks imposed a strict rules and a heavy transaction charges. When Satoshi Nakamoto came up with some brilliant idea to eliminate the banking system and control their money themselves without any having any companies, banking systems, governments involving in transitions. Um, the main motive of the bitcoins or cryptocurrency is to eliminate the banking system or to control the currency or the money by themselves by the people, and by the help of the huge technology and the IT department, we have a very secured algorithms and a very imposed mathematics where our transitions will be very secure when even when compared to the banking system. Even we have many cases in the banks where many of the accounts were hacked and many were lost many of their money. But there are even there are some cases in bitcoins, but they are very minor, and we can say that bitcoins are very secure when compared to that the banking systems. Even few companies like a Tesla and McDonald's are started to receive the bills as with the cryptocurrency, and even I will not shock to and there is no surprise if they handle the whole bills with every company starts taking bills with the crypto. And our banks will give that and our banks will give our information like our account details to other the third party apps. But here the crypto will not leak any of our information, as it's only based between the user and the consumer, and it only lies between the receiver and the sender, and crypto will only takes the information which need for the transition itself. And the crypto will generate a code like we see on our Google Meets to exchange the transitions, and it use a hash system to do every transition so that we cannot edit the transition details, so that the transition details will be there permanently,
Last 10 seconds.
so that we so that there will be no changes in manhandling manipulation of the data.
Time's up.
Okay. Now it's time for the intrusion session. Gaurav, you can ask your question, and please do stick to the rules.
I am from Group 4. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. In the starting, you said that the use of cryptocurrency was used to remove the banking system. If the banks are just not made to like give people money or they store their money, they're even made to give people loan, which in turn is used by the corporates to make sure that they can take loan, they can expand their business. So just removing the banking part won't be like a what do we say, corporate friendly, which in turn is not going to help us to build that economy. Thank you.
Okay. So I wanna stay oppose your statement like the banking system is I'm not arguing like we should totally eliminate the banking system or like giving the loans, but I am protesting like the charges which are given imposed by the banks on the people are really high when compared to the crypto. In the crypto, the transaction charges are very less when compared to the transitions of the banks. That's what the crypto started. I hope I cleared your doubt.
Can I,
Okay,
can I
Ram,
ask?
you can
Yeah.
ask.
See, the growth of cryptocurrency or the cryptocurrency is only made on the basis of the banking system or the growth of currency in our country. So if there is no proper banking system in a country, Like if the banking system, if there is no what do you say, cryptocurrencies will not be able to increase their rate at a certain pace if we have no proper banking facilities in a country. It should be physical, or it may be various source of resources. What is your take on that? We need a banking source for it to garner the cryptocurrency.
Okay. So why don't we totally depend on the crypto itself? Now we are having the nodes. What are the banks? The banks are like giving the currency in the form of nodes. That's all, right? That's all. And even the cryptocurrency is giving like bitcoins, dogecoins, like litecoins. These are equivalent to our present currency, like 100, 200, 500. There is no nothing like we cannot live without banks like that. Hello. Any other questions?
Yeah, time's up.
All right, the person going against the motion, please present yourself.
Hi, am I audible? Yeah. Hi, I'm Jeevana from Group 2. Yeah. Now I'm going to speak against cryptocurrency. There are a lot of disadvantages in cryptocurrency. Like it is transparent, but it is invisible. Like we know a transaction is being done from a person X to a person Y, but we don't know who that person X and person Y is. Like behind the mask, there may be some criminal, there may be some terrorist, there may be anyone. Like crime rate is going to be very easy. I don't say it is going to be increased, but it makes them very easy. Transaction when money, large amount of money is transacting very easily. It's very easy for some person to ask, like for some person to make a crime or ask them to make a crime, and it is very easy for a politician in terms of politics at the time of elections. It's very easy for us to transact money or anything, and it is cryptocurrency is very, and it consumes a lot of power. And in India, in a country like India, which is not that cold place, not that cold place, so we can what power consumption is a lot, and so it may affect data, and data losses can cause financial losses, and it is some cryptocurrencies. It's like not at universal. Only few countries are using cryptocurrency right now, and if we get into cryptocurrency, it's like first we have to like convert our currency into some other country's currency. Like it is a long process, and it's not feasible or whatever, and it is like we can't give someone. Oh, okay, sorry. And it is irreversible. Like if we do some wrong transaction, it can't be reversible because we don't know who the other person is, and the other person don't know from where he got that money. And yeah, and tax and with transactioning a lot of amount, we can't pay. We don't need to pay a tax, and that might affect country. Like there's no profit in country's GDP, so we don't need to pay taxes, and it may affect country's GDP, and it becomes much easier for a lot of rich people. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeevana. Um, People who have questions can raise your hand. Hari Govind, you may ask your question.
I think there are people like early than me. I fear I'm not the first one.
They have asked questions previously.
Okay, thank you. So as we know that the cryptocurrency is legalized in United States, and United States is the world's largest economy. So in the future, the Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency can be their trump card in the international trade, and it can influence international trades really well. So what's your view on this, and how why can't we go with cryptocurrencies if it can
It's
play a
like
really well role in the future?
you are saying USC is one of the biggest countries, so you won't follow them or what? Like it can be like whole world is wrong and we one person is correct. You can follow. Yeah, saying that. I feel that.
Right? It's not like that because just one person. US is the world's largest economy, so
It
everything goes through
happens.
US.
Yeah, it may happen that that country is going to get collapsed. You don't know future, right?
Yeah, but when predictions might go right and might go wrong. So
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you don't need to follow what other countries are following when you have a lot of drawbacks by using cryptocurrency. It's like okay to take risk sometimes, and it's not okay to take risk sometimes.
fine.
Um, Ram, you may ask your question.
Okay, so you talk about cryptocurrency. Might says that see here, the cryptocurrency fees is less compared to the banking transaction fees, and people technical enthusiasts who are performing this act also get bitcoins. There are those programmers who are very efficient in well handling these situations. So the people who invest in bitcoins and cryptocurrencies are well assured that they have given their money to a fixed and a professional hand. What is your take on that?
I'm sorry, can you please repeat it? You're so stuck. Your voice was so stuck.
Okay, my point is that people are well assured that they have given their currency to a well professional hand people who are well known in solving many questions and puzzles. And the cost of cryptocurrency fees is also less and well secure too. What is your take on that?
So cost is less here. Okay, cost is less. I'm speaking about disadvantages about of cryptocurrency. So you're asking me something else. I did not understand your question at all.
I think my question was concerned to this point only.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, can I start?
Yes,
Okay. Okay, am I audible?
thank you, Team 2. Now, Team 3, you can present yourself.
Okay. Good afternoon to all.
Okay.
I'll start the timer.
Team 3 consists of Mohammad Yasin, Neeraj, and Hari Govind. You can go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon to all. I'll be representing Team 3 and I'll be speaking for the motion. Okay. So for developing countries, especially India, cryptocurrencies are definitely a boon. A developing country requires huge foreign investment for its operation and more trade activities to develop. Some modes of transaction come with huge disadvantages that drive potential investors away. Cryptocurrency stands out from other methods of transaction by being decentralized. Every other mode of transaction is governed by a central institution, such as a government or bank. The security and dependability of these modes depend on the governing institution. These methods have a lot of shortcomings. Like, for example, the institution could have a technical issue, your account could be hacked, the transfer limits for account can be exceeded. Since cryptocurrency is decentralized, it does not face the shortcomings of traditional currencies. There is no transfer limit or fees for transactions. They cannot be hacked and do not have a central point of failure. Since cryptocurrencies are cost efficient and quick, large investors would prefer them to traditional modes of transaction. Traditional currencies can also face hyperinflation. The inflation rates depend on numerous factors, including decisions made by government or the growth of a country. So they are high risk investments that are always under the threat of external factors. Cryptocurrencies do not face these risks as they are decentralized and there is a limit to the number of blocks that can be mined in a blockchain, thus preventing hyperinflation. The mining also requires a proof of work, which is a validation that a block has been created, ensuring the security of a blockchain. Cryptocurrencies are also extremely secure. The algorithm used is complex and not prone to hacking. Once a transaction is made, it is recorded by every block in the chain, thus ensuring that a transaction can be forced. Additionally, this safety does not come at the cost of speed. They can be exchanged and set up easily. Like a traditional method requires providing documentation and a long verification process to create an account. In blockchain, accounts can be set up quickly and anonymously. As privacy concerns are growing day by day, cryptocurrencies provide an additional layer of anonymity from big organizations. Cryptocurrencies are being accepted as a valid mode of transaction by more and more organizations each day, which is a testimony to their safety and trustworthiness. They are being integrated into several technologies and are now becoming more mainstream. More number of countries are now accepting it as a viable mode of transaction. Due to the ease of use and decentralized nature of cryptocurrency, this is a great step towards a user-centered and privacy-ensured future. With that, I conclude my words. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Neeraj. Seth, you can ask your question.
Neeraj, my question is that you just talked about inflation and recession just now. That you must be knowing that cryptocurrency has a limit. That okay, the total number of Bitcoin in circulation at any given time can't be exceeded than a fixed number. So problem comes there. In case of inflation, how will you make like how will you keep the amount of cryptocurrency? Because when there is an inflation, government could stop printing the notes and reduce the inflation, whereas in recession government could start printing the notes and decrease the recession, but you can't do with bitcoins.
Yeah, but like the problem with the central government or a central institution is the currency's value or the currency's how much it is worth depends on the decisions made by the government. Like for example, if government makes a wrong decision or India's economy collapses, the cryptocurrency, the regular currency is affected by it. It's worthless, basically just a piece of paper. But the thing about cryptocurrency, as I said, since only a certain amount can be mined, you cannot mine more. You cannot mine like more than a set number and create hyperinflation. Its worth only depends on demand and supply. Like since currently the demand for cryptocurrencies are very high, and more number of people are getting into it, but the supply is less. Like I said, it's a fixed amount. So as long as the demand is very high, worth, the cryptocurrencies will maintain their worth. So we can trust them for now. In traditional currencies, face a lot of issues. Like they're not, like I said, they are very prone to hacking. Also, they are not fast. They are not efficient. Also, there includes additional taxes and charges. Cryptocurrencies do not add charges, which is beneficial for poor suppliers and also very large investors too. Okay, next question.
Chandramadi, you can ask.
Yeah, thank you, Neeraj, for your points. So, from what you have said, I believe you think that cryptocurrency would be a long-term solution. for exchanging funds? Yes?
Yeah, cryptocurrencies are a long-term solution.
Okay, okay. I'll get to my
Because
question. So my
okay,
question is,
because-
what do you have to say about the ecological impact of minting a Bitcoin or minting any cryptocurrency? Because we have seen that the estimated carbon footprint of generating or a single Bitcoin transaction is around 2,292 kilowatt hours of electricity, which is enough to power a typical US household for over 78 days. So, how would you justify this? And do you think there's a solution?
okay, so the global warming, the effect that is created by cryptocurrency is only at the beginning when you mine a block. After that, there there is no global impact or climate impact due to cryptocurrency. Also, the climate impact that is made by cryptocurrency can be reduced if we use green energy, like solar energy or wind energy to mine it. Many miners are now changing to wind energy and solar energy because they are more efficient and cheaper alternatives. So, as long as we move to green alternatives, the problems you stated will not impact Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will most likely be used by large investors because there are no taxes or no charges. So if you wanted to
Well,
exchange a
it's
million dollars,
Neeraj, you can wrap up your point
okay,
first.
okay, okay, thank you for
Okay,
that.
thank you.
The member going against the motion, please present yourself.
Hello, am I visible and audible? I'm just gonna assume that I am, and
Yeah, you are.
okay, okay. So you can start the timer now. Okay, my bad. So good morning, one and all. I'm Mohammad Yasin from Team 3 speaking against the motion on today's topic. Let's start with a quote from the Washington Post. After the founder of Canada's biggest cryptocurrency exchange, Quadriga CX, died unexpectedly, about 115,000 clients have been unable to retrieve 190 million in holdings because the owner was the only one who knew the password. As customers panicked and tried to withdraw their funds, Quadriga CX's website went down and the company went off the grid. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized, which does sound cool, but when things like this happens, who's going to fix the mess? No one, because no one can. Since there is no central authority and both sides are anonymous in cryptocurrency, when mistakes happen, hitting the undo button is impossible. My worthy opponents say that the privacy and security of cryptocurrency transactions are high. But let's just take a look into what that means. First of all, law enforcement agencies can't track down any users by their wallet address or keep tabs on their data. On the other hand, as cybercrime expert advocate Neeril Arora said, cryptocurrency is the currency of criminals. On the dark web, a person can avail the services like hacking, cybercrime, and also buy drugs and weapons by paying bitcoins without leaving a trace. So, in effect, the high security stops law enforcement agencies, but is still not hacker proof. And a huge example of this is the hacking that occurred at CoinCheck, leading to a loss of more than $500 million in digital tokens. Cryptocurrency values are extremely volatile, rising and falling at a rapid rate. Volatile currencies are unusable. Imagine going to a restaurant where your meal costs $10 today, but twice that the next. You might be tempted to spend only on the days when your meal is cheap, but economies as a whole can't function like that. Even Bitcoin, the largest and oldest cryptocurrency, has wild price fluctuations from month to month and even from day to day, making it unreliable and unusable for economies. As a closing remark, let me remind you all that to mine cryptocurrency, you need immense computational power and plenty of energy. The carbon footprint generated as a result is a huge snag in the system. Researchers from MIT and Technical University of Munich concluded that Bitcoin mining alone accounted for 0.2% of global electricity consumption. Now that seems like a small number, but cryptocurrency is a bane to the world, not only economically, but also environmentally. That's all. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Yasin. Gaurav, you can ask your question.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that, like, you are saying that, yeah, we are moving from the centralization to decentralization in Bitcoin. And if there is a problem like the one which you talked about in the starting of your debate,
Yeah.
then people are losing their money. But it's not like that the centralization has always been beneficial, like the 1900s Great Depression, which we know is an indirect reason of the thinking of Hitler, and the 2008 USA recession, which slowed down the world to such a great extent that our country, which was in a phase of like good economic development, started to slump down. So, what's your like take on it? Thank you.
Thank you for the question, but that was what happened when there was some people responsible for this. There were people who were taking care of this. Now just imagine what happens when there are no people taking care of it, no people responsible for this. Like recessions can happen, yes, they have happened, but imagine what will be happening if the whole economic power of the world were in the hands of like cryptocurrencies. The fluctuations, like daily and monthly fluctuations itself, will make these kinds of situations, instead of like two in the past 2 centuries, into daily or monthly news. So I don't see how like they can be compared, but that's my view on it. Any other questions?
Ram, you can ask a question.
Yeah, you said that cryptocurrencies have a lot of downfalls in it. But I wanted to ask, see, in centralization way of manner of handling currencies, there are more of illiterate people or such people, corrupt people who make use of the paper currencies in a misused way. That thing when happened in India, which disturbed the whole currency, they had to again rename the whole currency. But here, bitcoins are handled by those persons who are who are logical manner, who have logical intuitions, who can solve anything. So isn't this a secured mode?
I get your question. Can I just get her to answer it? The
Yeah,
thing is, just imagine what would be happening in this. Like now we know that corruption is happening and paper currency is moving from like people, like rich people to people in power. But imagine the same situation with cryptocurrency. We wouldn't even be knowing if millions of dollars were moving hands from hands to politicians, to people in power, to people heading important organizations. At least here we have the proof. We have like ways of proving that this happened. There, not a chance of proving it, neither knowing it. But still, the crime would be happening. So I myself would prefer at least knowing that these crimes happened than to living in ignorance.
All right, so if that session is done, I'm once again reminding that all the teams, just make sure your intruder is getting a chance to speak. Just raise your hands if you feel like you can contribute, and please don't hesitate. Yeah.
Hello, excuse me. I have one question to the seniors. Hello.
Yes, please go on.
Yes, how many questions you are taking from my intruder? During the session, is there any limit?
We just give on a first come first serve basis. That is why.
But
yeah,
that wasn't happening here. That wasn't happening here.
Yes, we also give preference to people who haven't gotten chance yet.
If that's the case, then what's all about the first finger first? You're not giving a chance to us, right?
We'll make sure to give the chance then.
Thank you. Make it note. I just raised my voice to take a note. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Saket. We'll keep that in mind, but you already have asked some questions. So that's why that was done. Thank you, Team 3. We definitely learned a new thing or two. Next, we have Team 4, consisting of Tanuj Karthik, Shivendra Pratap, and Gaurav Tiwari. The member going for the motion, please present yourself.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. So, it's time we started, yeah. I would like to start off with a quote. Cryptocurrency will do to the banks what email did to the postal industry. Hello all and good afternoon everyone. I am Tanush Karthik Alena of 2021 batch from Team 4. Today I am going to speak in the favor of motion that bitcoins and cryptocurrencies are a boon. Cryptocurrency is a power which is not under control of any one institution. Instead, it's true democracy. It has made all people equally responsible under its system and thus making the government more accountable so they can't make any economic decision in a hurry which can affect the future badly. Example of which are 1900s Great Economic Depression and 2008's economic recession in USA. Cryptocurrency is decentralized, meaning it can't be deflated or inflated due to choices of a central government. With coins like Bitcoin, there is a set amount of that which will be created. In countries like Zimbabwe and Sudan, etc., have printed their paper currency mindlessly, leading towards such a high inflation that money there is equivalent to paper and has no value. Also, cryptocurrency has lower transaction costs compared to the digital payment methods like PayPal. And also the traditional bank transfer, and COVID-19 has made people around to come towards digital transaction. But digital transaction provided by these companies come with a risk of dual spending, which can be reduced by the usage of cryptocurrency. So using cryptocurrencies are the best option, and also startups have an edge. Now they can depend on crypto, so they can move into international markets instead of depending on their national market. Cryptocurrency is based on computer process, and our technology advancement in new renewable energy is making sure that we are less dependent on fossil fuels. So it is the best option over traditional paper currency, as making them require paper and as well as energy to print. And moreover, people in the age group of 20 and 30 are asked to go into high risk investment, as like they're likely less likely to be dependent on by someone. So it is a good option for them to invest. So like I want to conclude myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanuj. People who want to ask questions, please raise your hands. Hari Govind, please go ahead.
Oh, okay. So that was a good point made by you. I just want to ask that cryptocurrency doesn't have any retail transactions. We can't use cryptocurrencies for retail transactions by now. And the value of crypto is highly volatile and it's fluctuating every day or every month. So,
okay, so I got your point. So like it's true, we cannot use cryptocurrency for retail transaction. That's a good point. But we are now we are touching the tip of the whole iceberg. Like it will require some time, and we have to support that we will use cryptocurrencies. See, bitcoins have a top limit of something. Like it's about 40 million coins can be made. So whenever that point will be reached, everything will become a normal line. Like see, there is stock market and people are not stopping investing on there. It's also highly volatile. We cannot pretend like it will go up or down tomorrow. Like you may have got my point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Team 6, who is Team 6 intruder? Do you have any questions? Team 6 intruder, who is it? All right, then Seth, only you have your hand raised. You can go ahead.
Then my question will be same as to what it was to the team one. You said that Zimbabwe and countries like that just started madly printing their notes, and which caused inflation. But they can also stop printing the notes to curb the inflation. Whereas in cryptocurrencies we can't do anything. What will we do if something like because inflation is something that is not in somebody's hand. It may come, it may not come. But if it may come, a currency can be stopped to be printed, and matters could be resolved. And if in case there is a recession, just like now, we can start printing the notes. But more than 40 million bitcoins, as you said, can't be mined. So we won't be able to print more bitcoins as if like we can print more currency.
Yeah, see, like for your point, I will say that every company, like in stock market, they release their percentage, yeah, shares, and it's also fixed now. But still, they invest. And about your point that they should stop, they are now at that point that if they even stop, they can't do anything. And about the cryptocurrencies, the value is fixed. Like it's 40 million, and no more can be made. Then what will happen is like its value will decrease and increase. So I guess it's not a big problem. Like we have to wait for the time when it will reach its point.
So what I mean to say is when 40 million gets over, the limit gets over, and there comes a recession, what will we do? We are not talking from the point of view of investments.
So see, about recession, Bitcoin is not only the one cryptocurrency available. Like there are many, and we can choose any of them.
But limits are there for almost all.
Like limits are there, but if you see about that country has only one currency, it can't have many, no?
That's what I'm saying. You are having so many currencies.
So it's a decentralized system. Yeah, you can get my points. Like my time is over now.
Yeah, time's up.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And Seth, do remember only one question per intruder. The member going against the motion, please present yourself.
Yeah, before starting, I would like to clarify one thing. One of our members, Shivendra, had some technical issue. Therefore, he can't say against the motion. Therefore, I have come in his place. Okay. Now, can I start?
Yes.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Before starting the whole discussion about the cryptocurrency, we need to understand that before hundreds of years, we have been using the paper currency. So people have like a support or have a belief in it. Like if we go and talk to our grandmothers, our fathers, our mothers, they are not like, okay, bit open towards this cryptocurrency concept because we have been using it, the paper currency. The second point is that the market of cryptocurrency is volatile, and it's not like that we do not have other alternatives like investment in on the lands. The lands prices increases on a good rapid rate also. Then we need to even understand the fact, okay, the cryptocurrency is like decentralization of power, but the one who are in the power, like our government, they are elected by us, or our officers, they are just not some random people. They come from a great training. They have to prepare themselves for hours to make sure they give that exam, and they are trained to be versatile, that even in any reverse different situation they can take their stand against it. Then the second problem with the cryptocurrencies, that okay, it gives us the privacy, but the privacy has its own disadvantages. Hello. Okay. Privacy has its own disadvantages, that okay, you can use that privacy to send money to the terrorist organization, and the current stand of the world is not to make sure the terrorist organizations grow. So that becomes a problem, that at one point we are making sure that we are able to suppress them, at the other point we are giving them an easy way to go out also. Then we are not talking about the what do we say, electronic waste generated, because the computers used are not like going to work for eternity. They will get broken down, they will be dumped, and we are still not providing better ways to recycle them. Also, we need to understand the fact that what do we say, electricity problem. Yeah, we do have powers like windmills or the solar energy, but there are places in the country where installing them, even they can give us better result, is difficult. Like the deserts of Rajasthan, we can install the solar panel, but they are not that useful because installing them, making sure they work, it's a bit tedious job. Here I would like to thank you and end this. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav. Um, Team 6 intruder, are you here? Do you have any questions? Team 6 intruder.
Intruders who have not spoken yet, you can raise your hands.
Okay, then Rishabh Bhaiya, you can ask your question.
Yeah, thank you, Kirtana. Gaurav, uh, uh, good questions, good arguments were raised by you. I would just like to state, ask one question. That is, today, 2 trillion market cap is with cryptocurrency. This is excluding Bitcoin, which is 40.8 million for the Bitcoin only. Okay. Now, if you are stating that okay, Bitcoin is okay bad, okay, and we can stop it. So I am asking you, how can the society stop Bitcoin if it has covered 2 trillion of money, and that is people's money? Okay, what is the way of retrieving that money, or is what solutions could you bring to the to the table, so that we can convert that money to the people's pocket, or is it lost?
If we are thinking of removing that money as a whole, we are even going to make the situation way bad. Like, we can actually touch the recession period. So the best way to solve this issue, according to me, is by going through the government, putting our hopes in it, then they making that okay, we are going to slowly take the money back, like the case of Sahara Vadodara. Sorry if I spelled him wrong. That he took money, he made his own, he tried to run away, but now he is slowly and slowly giving away that money. Second of all, okay, cryptocurrency is based on the technology of blockchain, and the blockchain technology is going to be used always. Like, we just can't remove that blockchain technology. A technology which is providing us such a security is a really valuable asset. So the technology is not discarded. Slowly decentralization of that, so slowly moving of that money from the hand to the people, and making sure that that money goes to a better use, I think so will be the best result. Sorry if I am not that uh, accurate with my points.
It's fine, it's fine. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you, sir.
Hari Govind, you can ask your question.
Okay, thank you. Like you said like about the pollution caused by the crypto mining, right?
Yes.
When we are using paper currency, there is pollution, because during the last demonetization occurred in India, there were a lot of currencies which were wasted. So we didn't have that. Like, we also had to face the pollution caused by the paper currencies. And also when we are going with digital sources like Paytm, PayPal, etc., they also have e-waste. So it's only about cryptos causing pollution.
Okay. First of all, about that paper part, I will talk about. Then I will go for that Paytm and PayPal. In the paper part, we need to understand that destroying of the notes is a
Time's up.
offense. Okay. Sorry.
Thank you, Team 5. You had some valid points. Team 6, consisting of Sudarshan.
Hello, excuse me. I'm team 5 haven't started yet.
Okay, I am sorry.
Kirtana, you can switch to that tab.
I'm sorry. Is it clear now? Is it showing the right slide now?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Team 4. You had some valid points. Team 5, Saket, Priyatam, and Sashikiran. You guys can start.
Hello everyone. Hello for all judges and participants and the viewers. So discussing about this topic. First question many of us will get. So what is cryptocurrency? Like everyone is not aware what is a cryptocurrency. So it is a digital currency secured by cryptography. Like it is cryptography is a type of encryption. So it could be just between the sender and receiver. None of the others can view the transactions fully. So it is so secure. It is a type of an encryption, and it work on decentralized system. Like it also uses blockchain technology. So the complete cryptocurrency data will not be it will not be limited to one server. So it will be difficult to any flaws or hacks in the cryptocurrency. So hacking one server may not result in a good amount of like flaw, and then like it can be used very good for forwarding funds between two persons. It has very lower limit. Like there is no use of any third party like bank, phone pay, paytm, or else like we can directly forward our funds from one user to the another user, and it is the most secure way. And if you are a coding kid, like if you are more interested in coding and all that stuff and you are well knowledgeable in that, you can mine your own bitcoin. Yeah, I'm not saying it is easy, but yeah, if you have sufficient energy and all time, you can own like you can earn your own bitcoin without with investing zero amount of rupees in that. And okay, like the bitcoin is constantly growing. Like it started with zero and now it owns a market of 2 trillions around the world. So we can say it is basically a big amount of money in this world which is resided in cryptocurrency and bitcoin. Okay, and see, everything start with one step. Recently, in December 2021, El Salvador, it is a country which allowed Bitcoin legal for trades and like monetary and transfers and etc. in this country. So okay, yeah, everything will start. So I hope like one day Bitcoin will be a legal currency in every country, like most of the countries. Yeah, there may be some places where a person can improve and still it will be improved. Okay, so we will keep on evaluating as the same the server and cryptocurrency bitcoin everything will improve. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank, thank you, Priyatham. Uh, Team 6 intruder, do you have any questions? Does anybody else have any questions? Judges? Okay, then Gaurav, you can ask your question.
Like you sorry like you said that one of the country has accepted that okay, we are making sure that the cryptocurrency is a legal form of transfer of money. So isn't it like there are many who are saying that okay, we are not making sure that our cars are going to be buy by the money using cryptocurrency. So and there are still many companies who are resistant towards it, or many companies and countries like okay, it's not that good or not making their correct stand on it. Am I clear to you, Priyatham?
What is your main point? Like what are you trying to ask me?
I'm saying you that okay, we are going toward the like okay, this country is accepting it, but it's not like the people all over the world are going to be benefited from it. So
Continue.
so is it not like okay, thinking that crypto is the future is not going to be a good point? What's your like?
Yeah, I'm not telling it will replace all the or like offline money, okay, something you call the paper money, everything, it is not going to replace everything. Yeah, but it will take a major share of the money transfers in the future, I mean to say. Like, see, every woman now has gold. Like, do you say gold is constant? No, it values may increase or decrease, but still we thrive for buying gold ornaments and etc. It is the same. It all needs of interest and see efficiency. It is more efficient. If you have any relatives from the outside India, like if you want to send any money to them, the like what do you say? International transfers have some tax limitations. If it crosses this amount, it will have some tax on the amount that is transferred. So but in cryptocurrency you can skip that part. If you want to send your relative 1 lakh rupee, it may cost some 5 to 10% on the tax, like it is 5 to 10,000. So if you use crypto you can skip that part. Yeah, there are many benefits, so it could be nice for transferring.
Kratik, you can ask your question.
Hello, this is Kratik from Team 6. What is your thought that different countries, many countries have banned cryptocurrency, like China has fully banned Bitcoin. So how it will be scalable? Like US has most of the mining. So only people living in that region will be able to transact.
What US done is to make something like okay, it is a sort of security they can provide from extra world. Okay, so because like if there is a large variation, they cannot find any flaws or like something gone wrong, they can't find them easily. But if it is limited to some region, they can
Time's
find
up.
the person. Yeah, okay.
The member speaking against the motion, you can present yourself.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello. Okay. As this many members said, there are many disadvantages. I had still few to say about the disadvantages of the Bitcoin. The privacy and security of cryptocurrency transactions are not handled by the government, and they are not trackable. That makes that the
Hello.
people. Hello.
Yes.
Am I not?
You are audible.
Is it lagging or?
But
The speaker can continue.
okay, there are many people who are misusing this, which they are leading to buy drugs and many things in nowadays. And the developers want to create virtual untraceable source code and strong hacking defenses for the Bitcoin, and that makes that the if the data lost and everything leads to financial losses. Okay, and some coins are not available in fiat currencies, and that makes the tough for the people who are buying it. Although cryptocurrencies are very secure, and it makes that the people hackable. Most exchanges store the valid data of users to operate user ID properly. This data can be stolen by hackers, give them access to a lot of accountants. I have to tell an example about the disadvantage of the Bitcoin. If it is done on USA, there is a person who is buying a water bottle at some store. He buy using a cryptocurrency, and then he moved to the next shop and he used the same Bitcoin to buy another thing, and that makes that the people not using, the people misusing it. Again, there are only 21 million Bitcoins will ever exist, and it's up to now it is nearly 19 million Bitcoins. It may not used for the future advantage. Thank you.
Thank you, Sashikiran. Sudarshan, you can ask a question.
Yes, I'm Sudarshan. I'm from Team 6. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, so if you're talking about Bitcoin, Bitcoin is, as you said, it is limited. But if you talk about paper money also, it is being printed at such a huge rate that like scams, frauds, they are running at a huge rate, But if we see Bitcoin on the other hand, it is something which is limited to the user and the source. There is no mediator in the between. If we see paper money like banks and everything, politicians, terrorists, the scams are going on everywhere. The source of the money can be exchanged anywhere between users, people, and everyone. But in Bitcoin or like cryptocurrency, it is only the user and the source of the uh, cryptocurrency. So how do you take? What is your take on this?
Yeah, the scams are going everywhere, but the scams that are going under the cryptocurrency and under the Bitcoin is very high. Nearly, I think it may be yesterday, the American government had issued crime fighting unit on cryptocurrency because there are 14 billion US dollars are exchanged up to now due to the cryptocurrency in illegal money. So as this is the concern, there is not use of the Bitcoin, even it is very affordable and sorry.
All right, Ram, you can ask your question.
See, we are currently in the pandemic of COVID, and we know that physical currency is being impacted very much due to infections through that they're claiming that this is a physical currency and a mode of infections. It can lead to many disorders. And in this developing mode of technology, people are also turning towards greater technical improvement factors. Like banks aren't even going collecting the monies, physical monies, and they are going with the technological development by developing apps and more. And in this situation, how is your point on the physical currency going on valid over here?
Yeah, it is, but that makes the hackers, it is more hackable. We are doing the transaction in the cryptocurrency. As we are using the cryptocurrency, then the people who are using it is for illegal also in
Thank you, Team 5. You had some valid points. Now, Team 6, Sudarshan, Kratik, and Piyush. You guys can start.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Hello, is my voice is clear?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So we'll start. So first of all, good morning to everyone. I'm Piyush from the 2021 batch, and I'm going with the favor of the Bitcoins and cryptos. So Bitcoins and cryptos are the most advanced source of money ever created in mankind. Through money, we actually share values, and money itself has a value. And for sharing a value, we need middlemen. Like for booking a cab, we all need Ola, and for just buying our essentials, we need the platforms like Amazon. Likewise, for sharing money, we need some banks. But imagine a world where you don't have to be dependent on others for sharing your money. for sharing values. That's what the technology like blockchains provide to us. The first, this idea was popped in the mind of the great Satoshi Nakamoto in around 2008, and he created a cryptocurrency named Bitcoin. So cryptocurrency is not controlled by any financial institutions like the Indian rupees is all controlled by the RBIs. And earlier the money was backed by gold until 1971 to 1973. But then the USA changed the plan and they said that any country will just print any amount of money. Likewise, the USA has printed around trillions of money equal to the GDP of India right now. So the value and with that opening, the value of money was decreased over time, and so people started investing in the things like gold or the equity. What actually we can purchase with 100 rupees earlier, it's not the same right now. So people have started finding the safe sources of money, and then they popped, and then like now the youngsters are very interested in investing in like bitcoins. So bitcoins have very lower transaction cost. They are very much used to transfer money, and we don't have to be dependent on others. Bitcoins are now used to transfer money between the countries. Like we don't have to wait for the foreign exchanges to 2 to 3 days in the foreign exchanges. We just can share the transfer share our money and across countries in 10 minutes. And very much important, just like very much famous companies like Tesla and PayPal also started investing in the Bitcoin, so it's quite safe to use these things. And with this, I am concluding like you can't stop things like Bitcoins and cryptos. It will be everywhere, and our world will just adjust with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Piyush.
Okay, before we continue, Piyush, can you just clarify who is the intruder in your team?
Our intruder is Sudarshan. Sudarshan
Okay.
Bharadar.
Gaurav, you can ask your question.
Not opening the camera due to some network issue. Yeah, I want to ask you that you were talking about that from some time earlier, 100 rupees used to give us much bigger amount, and
Yeah.
now that 100 rupees is not giving us that much of a product. You were saying that, no?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my question was that, okay, so basically you're talking about the inflation point, but the inflation point is just not controlled by the amount of money, it's also controlled by the amount of the supply chain. Like USA can print as much money as it wants, but it has a good supply chain. So how can Bitcoin resolve this issue?
Likewise,
Am I clear now? Am I clear
okay,
now?
okay, I can clear your point. Likewise, Bitcoins, it just reserved. We have just around, I don't know the exact value, but the fixed amount of Bitcoins we have, okay? So it's already controlled. Like if you can ask for the other cryptos like Ethereum, or they are available in abundant, but the Bitcoin is properly reserved. We have a very fixed value of Bitcoin only. So it's not a point. Like,
Okay, thank you.
Saket, you can ask your question.
Yes, thank you. As you stated, Piyush, the Bitcoin is unstoppable. Now, could you say the Bitcoin is a boom to the economic development of the country? But why don't you say the scams that was being done? Every mathematical, logical algorithm is a solvable, and every algorithm can be cracked by someone. Either it is something called a user or anyone, any cracker. How could you provide a safety and secure transactions to the user?
blockchain is itself, I think, the safest platform because if you can just hack any mathematical problem, you don't have access to each and every of the bitcoins, okay, or each and every of the chains. Like they are very decentralized, which means that the data have everyone have the data, but everyone at the same time don't have the same data. Okay. So you just can't solve a problem and get on the point, and
How do
just
we
you have
test?
all the data of the customers. Or
Is it against the market rules? Is it against the market rules?
Sakit, we can't
nobody
have cross questioning.
Okay, sorry.
Well, that's the two questions of the intruder round. Members speaking against the motion, please present yourself.
Hello, am I audible? Yeah. So let's start with what's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a digital or virtual currency created in 2009 that uses peer-to-peer technology to facilitate instant transactions. So now I would like to argue against Bitcoin. So this is Pratik Bora from Team 6, and let's start. So what are some major issues that are the major issues that I would be pointing out for Bitcoin is Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is scalability, different coins, decentralization, and global warming. So what is scalability? Scalability refers to a network's ability to increase the operational capacity. So let's suppose, according to data, some data, there are almost 330,000 transactions taking daily. Until now, 18 million bitcoins have been mined. And so only 2 million bitcoins are left to be mined. So what will happen after that? The miners will only earn with the help of transaction fees. Yes, and because one transaction take place with help of one block. So only limited transactions are allowed using one block. No, I'm audible.
Yes.
So one block to create another block, it takes almost 10 minutes. So for 10 minutes, a user or the person who wants to transact has to wait. So there is queuing problem, and additionally, the speed of transaction is another important metric that cryptocurrencies cannot compete with on the same level as Visa and Mastercard until the infrastructure delivering the technology is massively scaled. So it has to be massively scaled to provide better transaction speed and different coins. Now let's take to another point, different coins. There are different coins available in the market. So on what coin we can rely on? Now suppose I have Bitcoin, but I don't have Ethereum. So if a company only accepts Bitcoin, so how I would be able to purchase anything? I have to depend on transacting. I have to change my Ethereum coins to Bitcoins. For that, I have to pay transaction fees. Yes. So another point is decentralization. So many countries have banned cryptocurrencies. Out of that, one is China. But many people in China do mine bitcoins. And the next point is stability. People with more bitcoins. Let's take one other point. What is the basic of stock market? A person who has a many stocks. Once he shorts it, the at peak the price goes down. People think that the price is going down, so let's short it. So what we are creating another system of Bitcoin which will have same functionality like stock market. Many people who have more Bitcoins will short it, and the price will go down. Middle class people who will buy at a higher point, they will have to sell it. So that's my side. Thank you.
Gaurav, you can ask your question.
Yeah, you were talking about the Visa card, like the speed of sending the money. But we need to understand that with the movement of like stopping the cash flow, the physical cash to like using the ATMs in simple places like DMart, the bank authorities even need to make sure that there is no double spending. Double spending, the concept that we are using the same money twice in two different places, whereas but Bitcoin is not allowing you to do that because it's based on blockchain. One block is connected to the other, and you just can't create a new block so fast that you can replace it with that technology. So Bitcoin actually is might seem slow, but it's really fast, and it's not even charging us the money that when we. Okay, thank you.
So I would like to clear this point. Bitcoin, see, till now only 18 to 19 million bitcoins have been mined. So 2 million are left. What will do after 2 million? The miners will depend on transaction fees. And just as I mentioned, there are only 330,000 transactions daily. So what if the transactions increase? The miners will increase the transaction fees. No? Miner or the company which helps in transaction will definitely increase the transaction fees. People who are waiting will have to pay transaction fees, and the one who pays higher transaction fees will get the will be like will be helped or will be promoted. Promoted? No, we cannot say promoted because his transaction, his or she's transaction would be held first.
Hari Govind, you can ask your question.
Okay, thank you. So for large investors, they can use cryptocurrencies to make investments without any transaction fees. So banning it in a country like India with high potential of investors, wouldn't it just isolate them from making investments?
Sorry, I didn't get the point. My network.
Okay, like using cryptocurrencies, large investors can make investments without paying transaction fees. So for a country like India, if cryptocurrencies are banned, so it would be like isolating them from making investments.
It is not yet banned. See, 30% tax.
Okay, it's not yet banned, but you are telling it's not good cryptocurrency, so it might get banned. So if it's banned.
So what to do with other cryptocurrencies? There are different cryptocurrencies in the market, and different companies accept different cryptocurrencies. So if suppose you want 20,000 bitcoins, you are rich with Bitcoin, but what if the company you have to buy product only accepts Ethereum?
Like I'm not talking precisely about Bitcoin, but general cryptocurrencies.
General cryptocurrencies, they have to made a system where it accepts all the cryptocurrencies and it transfers the money to the company and you buy the product. But that will again it will take transaction fees, and the same is one. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Gentle reminder that there is no cross questioning. Well, thank you, Team 6. That was well prepared. With this, we come to the end of round 1. That was informative and earful. We could feel the debate heat slowly build up. Judges, can we please have the round 1 winners?
So participants, please hold on while the judges tally up the scores, and we'll let you know who all moves on to round 2.
Yeah, sure, Priyatam, you can make your point, but it will not be added to your scores.
Yeah. Like nowadays, like in not maybe in India, but every country uses vacuum cleaners, right? So what is the purpose of vacuum cleaners? They are just to clean the dust present everywhere. Like we still have broomsticks, but in America, most of them don't use broomsticks or something of that kind. Why? So just to reduce their work to do something. It is the same way. Like, do you think vacuum cleaners do consume very less energy? They do consume. Like, they impersonally consist of like intake only small energy, but yeah, still in a large amount of uh, usage, there will be result in very much usage of electricity. It is in the same case. Like there we are looking upon the work we can escape, but here like we can attain some security or safety. Like it is still cryptocurrency is much better and most encrypted way. It uses blockchain technology, which is the like one of the best way to encrypt something or like to have some privacy. Yeah. So I think like 0.2% of the current usage may not be some very big issue or like very big disadvantage. Yeah, that's my point.
Okay, thanks, Priyatam. If anyone wants to make a point against him, they can go ahead for the time being.
Yeah, I welcome.
Once again, just reminding you, like we are having a bit of trouble tallying the scores. We'll let you know in a bit. At this time, if anyone would like to raise any points which they could not while they were presenting, you can go ahead. All right, Kratik seems to have something to
I
say.
was left with issue on global warming. So according to one study, Bitcoin could push global warming beyond 2 degrees Celsius. Another, as I said, Bitcoin is banned in China, but there are a lot of miners in China. So it can alone generate 130 million metric tons of CO2 by 2024. We can say that we can mine Bitcoin using renewable energy, but is it our first priority? Or we should give that we should prioritize our homes. We also need renewable energy. No? Our cars need renewable energy, which are useful to us. And for a long time, we have been using money. So to get us accustomed to Bitcoin, it will take a long time. And why to create another system that is same as money or that is same as stock market? Yeah, that's my point. Thank you.
Yes, Saket, you can speak. And then Priyata.
Thank you. And there were many people in the debate session. They were speaking against the Bitcoin, saying decentralization. There is no private company handlers, and I have a point on that. There were many private companies that were being owned by the entrepreneurs, and we are all using it. Many multinational companies were being owned by private authorities, not by the government, not under the governance of government. So we should adapt the changes. Even the life insurance companies, and moreover the current, everything was being privatization. And if that's so, we should accept that change, and we should accept everything that comes in our part of technology, and we should go ahead. That was my point. Thank you.
But those private companies are governed by law. Bitcoin is still yet not being governed law. The cryptocurrencies. We're not. See, suppose you lose money on Bitcoin. So to whom you will blame? You cannot blame Satoshi. No? You have to blame government. The companies are governed by law. Bitcoin is not. So what if you lose money? You cannot directly blame government. See, it's such an example. PMC Bank people lost money. Nirav Modi did scam, but government is trying to give out money, giving 1 lakh or means 50,000 per month. You know, so what if you lose money on Bitcoin?
Let me ask you a question. If you have a problem with Google, you will talk to the customer care, or you will go to the CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, right?
Why to speak to Sundar? I will go first go to the customer care. But if Google does scam, our government takes action. No? See, in US, Google had to pay money. In Google or Europe, I cannot. I'm not sure of it. Okay, let's an example of Facebook versus Cambridge Analytica. They did share Cambridge Analytica did share Facebook shared millions of data of millions of users, and then they had to finally pay what they had done. But
then why do you think these governments should privatize the all the insurance companies or any current everything company? Why do they privatize?
hello, sorry, I had a network error. Please, can you speak again? Sorry.
Why this privatization taking place? If that the case,
Privatization because the private companies had a lot of money, not of money because they have capital, so they can push out. And
so same
government.
with the cryptocurrency. Why don't you accept the cryptocurrency in the same way that you are accepting any of the entrepreneurs?
But changes have to be made, no? See,
you have to accept it.
But what will you do with the frequent pricing? See, Bitcoin was created in 2009, so people who had ideas they bought a lot of Bitcoins. Suppose you have 50,000 Bitcoins, I have 2 Bitcoins. You short it, the price goes down, and I get scared. I also short it down at the lowest point. I do not earn any money. Same happened with 1992. Who was that? Harshal Mehta. He shorted, the price went down. People lost money, they suicided or they died. What can we do with that? We are creating another system that will happen. Same thing with Bitcoin in future.
So, do you think government should provide a trust not to lose the money? It's all about the capability or the capacity of the user in order to invest money in the cryptocurrency in order to learn. And if he had a knowledge of ensuring the exchanges, then he will get it. It's all depend on the user's interface.
But then it is only for 1% people.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a user interface, and we are not supposed to go.
So what about the 99% of the other poor people or the middle class people? How will they earn? We are using Bitcoin as a transaction fee. We do not want to earn money out of it. We want to use it as a medium to pay.
Develop them?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, we were saying the poor should remain poor, so he shouldn't learn, right?
He should learn. But if 1% holds the maximum amount of Bitcoins, how will they buy at the highest price? I can buy Bitcoin at 5 rupees, but I cannot buy Bitcoin at 5 lakh rupees.
Yes, against the market risk, they should have the knowledge of how to invest and how to exchange the transactions, and they must be literally very strong at the ground.
But okay, when Bitcoin was introduced, it was not introduced to us. It was online introduced. The media did not introduce that Bitcoin is there, buy it, or you should use that as a medium.
Because it's a pandemic, we are now very much dealing with Bitcoin. But if this pandemic has not arisen, we are not even talking about Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, that is correct. But Bitcoin was long introduced, not 2009. People had started mining from that.
We have to accept the change. We have to
go. It should be decentralized. It should be centralized.
If you are saying you have to accept, then there are many countries in the world who are still in the underdeveloped stage.
Yes.
How do you spread this Bitcoin concept to various countries of the world?
Don't you think those countries shouldn't be developed? If that could be the case, take this case and develop more.
Okay, see, Russia and USA holds maximum amount of Bitcoins, I guess, now. So what if you are trying to develop yourselves? Bitcoin, they shot the Bitcoin. They want to remain the superpower. They don't want you
Bitcoin,
to become the superpower because they want to rule you, not
see,
you want to rule them.
as part of the financial or the economic development of a country, Bitcoin is only one of the most important category. It is not only the one through which a country develops or not, right?
Okay, so what if suppose India wants to grow, become as a super rich power? Okay, India has suppose 10,000 bitcoins. Or suppose you have Bitcoin now, thousands of bitcoins. I know how to hack
Yeah.
it. I steal it. How will you know who stole it?
No, sorry, I didn't get you.
Suppose you want to become a rich power, or suppose you have 10,000 coins. I stole it by hacking. So how will you know who stole it, and who will you blame to? You will ask your government. Huh? You will not go to the police officer. See, my Bitcoin is stolen. Bring it back. What will police do?
Because
Government has to make a law.
when a person performs the actions, he only gets the address of the person and not the details of each and every person. And what is security of your money?
Yes. What if I change IP location? What if I use Tor browser? Tor browser is used to use for many transactions using Bitcoin.
No, actually, you know that Silk Road, the largest marketplace on darknet.
A gentle
It's
reminder to all the participants, please raise your hand and speak one by one. Yes, Priyatam, you may speak. Priyatam? All right. Does it? Okay. Does anyone want to cover up in that minute?
Yeah, Bhanubhaiya, you can ask your question. Huh? Listening all to this, I forgot what to tell.
Well, there's a question posted in the comments. How digital rupee will impact the market? Will it be successful?
It will impact a lot.
it will actually.
Yes, Kratik.
It will impact a lot. Suppose there have been many situations where people see rich when rich post a certain picture. We middle class aspire to become rich, so we follow them. People holding bitcoins will show their bitcoins now, or cryptocurrencies. We will rush into buying that, and they'll short it. We are good down. No? Indirectly, we are helping them. When the price goes down, they'll buy it again, and we silly people will see again think that Bitcoin is again rising. We'll buy it again. We have a structured digital. We have a rupee which we have been using it for a long time. Why not to use it and create and instead of create another currency?
Is that okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that. Okay.
Ram, you may speak.
Yes, it will have a decent full impact on the market because see the current world is directly heading towards the digital technology, and since the trend of students developing or getting interest towards the technology is increasing day by day. So as technology increases, there will be more students to there will be more professionals growing with the technology, and when more professionals grow, those professionals will be well equipped with those equipments which they will require for uh, gradually increasing the economy of the whole world, not only the country, because technology is something related to the whole world. And when there is a gradual change in the economy, and it will have an impact. It will have a great impact on each and every country. And these professionals grow because of their skills. And people have more secure. People will be more secure because they have trust on these technology people because of the skills. and the skills they master in are actually those high level skills which make these technologies as a grip factor for the economic factor. So that's it. It will have a great impact on the currency.
Seth, you may speak.
So what I want to say is that the most important question is that will India be able to make something like a digital money? Because if because will be not a difference there will be no difference between UPI and that money. Many countries have already tried making it. No one is successful so far. What will be the just if someone can explain the difference between the digital currency and the UPI what we are doing now?
The digital rupee isn't UPI. Actually, it is kind of like cryptocurrency using blockchain. Like they
That's
recently
what I'm saying now. So what will be the difference between UPI and that? The main thing for cryptocurrency is that your anonymity, decentralization. But our bank will only control it. There will be no anonymity. So what will be the difference between using a simple bank account UPI interface and the digital money?
maybe.
All right. So
So okay.
results have been released. We'll just have been calculated. I think. Wait, please hold on for just a second. Again, I think there was another complication coming up.
The thing with UPI is that the every transaction is backed up by the physical currency, right? That
It is
doesn't.
backed up by RBI.
Yeah, it's backed up by RBI, and
Yes.
it will be debited to your account, and you can get the physical currency. But that will not be the case with digital rupee, right? They'll be using blockchain and stuff.
But then because bank RBI will only be governing the digital rupee also. So it means RBI will be backing it.
We'll be backing it, but we don't know whether it would be physical currency or not.
But it can only back up when the currency is new. The currency is old, we cannot back it up now. Many people have already bought the cryptocurrency. They have not yet paid the tax. How can we say that you have to pay this much tax, this guy has to pay this much tax?
They started something like tax now, some 30% tax on the crypto you earned.
It is from now, no? People who have been holding it for a long time, how will they pay tax?
Yeah, they may implement new laws.
Maybe we get a better idea in next year, I guess. So,
Yes, because even government is not sure what they will do because no country is still able to make. Many countries have declared that okay, we'll bring our own digital currency, but no one is able to make it yet.
Again, every country is making their own digital currency. So how will we centralize it? If there should be a world class consortium where one cryptocurrency should be used by every country, not that you own a different, I own a different.
No. This world concept won't come here because see, every country has the gradual growth, and one country's growth has an impact on another country, and that world currency would have an impact there also. So how can you say that there will be a
Then that
fixed
is
one?
same as the money we use. USD is stronger than Indian money.
All right, guys. So please try to wrap up your discussion. Our results are out now. So may I announce?
Yeah.
All right. So coming in third place at the moment, we have Team 5 at 66 points. And up next, we have in second place, Team 4 at 77 points. And finally, we have in first place, Team 3 at 82 points. So according to the rules, Team 3 and Team 4 will be moving on to the second round. Congratulations to everyone. And I have to say, you guys have all said some really great points. So
thank you, everyone.
So right now we'll move on to the coin toss to see who will be against the motion and who will be for the motion in the second round. So introducing our motion first. Kirtana, could you just... So our motion is investment of money into space exploration. Is it worth investing more government money into space exploration and research, or is it better to redirect those resources into other needs? So, team 3, if you could choose heads or tails.
Okay, we choose heads.
All right. So, has it been flipped? Yeah. Or is it the result that?
No, no, it's not flipped yet. I'll start.
Oh, okay then. All right. So it has landed heads. So team 3, would you like to go for the motion or against the motion?
Okay, can I discuss it with my teammates?
Please do so fast.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, we'll go against.
All right. So team 3 has chosen to go against the motion, and team 4 will be going for the motion. The motion being investment of money into space exploration. So guys, that concludes the end of round 1. Thank you for everyone who participated today, and stay tuned for because we will be returning in 30 minutes for round 2.